It's the most amazing thing to go now in my professional years, to come back to Orlando, to play. I feel at peace, I feel calm. This is where I belong. I was born and raised in a really small beach town, so rightfully so. I was a surfer, skater. I was kind of like an adrenaline junkie and always wanted to be like my older brother. I wanted something big for myself, and I knew my way out was, a scholarship. Getting my education and putting in the work on the field was my ticket to the start of what I wanted. So I was hungry as a kid, I was focused, and my life revolved around doing anything I could to better my chances to go to a school where my parents wouldn't have to pay.
The first time that I met her, I was there at a soccer game actually supporting one of the bench sitters. And I just happened to notice her, that she was part of the team.
Mr. Soper was my physics teacher, and there was this little gated area right before you would walk in, and he would always stand the whole game. He would stand right by that fence, and I had a direct line from the goal to that fence. I always saw him. He was there every single game.
At the time, and it turned out that's the way she was as a student, that she was kind of quiet and reserved.
When I'm on the field, I'm like the loudest person out there. I just breathe confidence. That is when I'm in my element. When I came into the classroom, I was so unsure, and I had this feeling like I wasn't smart enough, or I couldn't participate because I didn't want someone to laugh. I never wanted to read out loud. There was just so much fear that built up in me in classrooms. It carried with me year after year after year after year. Oh my God, this is so new. Mr. Soper! Good to see you. How you doing? Thanks for coming.
Real good.
And I heard about your shirts, and you're so
Yes,
cute.
I
love it. This is so different. I can't even believe it. This class was hard. The best thing I was good at was dissecting a frog.
All right.
Because my precision was on point. I had that steady hand. Keeping up with school and going to a world championship when you're 15 and 16 years old, and you're missing every 2 weeks, you're out in training camps, and that was a huge challenge. Look at me. What a difference. Who's this cutie? Wow, this is crazy. Expect to find her playing in the next World Cup. Well, they weren't wrong. I wanted to put all my focus and time into soccer, and I wanted to go to that U19 World Championship because it was the first one at the time.
I've grown up, watching Mia Hamm and Joy and all them, the veterans, and I'm just so appreciative that they've opened the door for young players like myself. And now it's our jobs as young players to keep this going, to keep this tradition going, to make U.S. women's soccer bigger and bigger. So, I can't wait to see what happens in the future.
I knew I had to invest a majority of my time into my game, so school kind of took the back seat a lot, and it was just a constant game of catch up. It didn't make things easy that I was only allowed 9 unexcused absences when I went to high school, so I blew through that in 2 weeks.
There was a problem over our attendance policy and her having to be away for the U19 team. And I could tell that she was upset. So I would talk to her about things. And when she explained to me what she was getting out of it, and then when she came back, how excited she was, I knew then It was not about her, it was about other people. I knew that you would get that appeal granted. Yours was the perfect case for why that appeal process is there.
He always encouraged me, and I think he understood me. It was such a great relationship we had, and he genuinely cared about you as a person. You could feel that.
I go to every game, 54 miles from my house to the stadium, and I do have season tickets.
He gave me the confidence that, listen, you are smart and you get things, you just see things differently. And he was so patient. So that's why I always say, if it probably wasn't for Mr. Soper, I wouldn't have gotten an education at the University of North Carolina, and I probably wouldn't be where I am today.
One of the great feelings in life is when you get to see somebody that you had some dealings with when they are successful and achieving their dreams and their goals. Get out and clear. All right.
You know, these are the people who believed in me from the beginning, and to come home now and repay that by just being myself and putting in good performances and being a good role model and doing all these great things for the city of Orlando. I just think these people can appreciate that. I was 16 years old playing in front of 55,000 people for the biggest game of my career at the time. I was thrown into big moments since I can remember, and I think those type of situations just prepared me for the biggest stage. To be able to represent my country, I'm representing a lot of other people and a lot of people before me. So, you know, I definitely don't take those things lightly, and the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever the case is, will always stay with me. That is an important piece to help me show up every day.
I kind of thrive on somebody achieving goals and being successful. And when I see all of the things that she does and I get to read, I am so impressed that I think she's my role model now.
The biggest thing for me, and I say this all the time, whatever the case is, I want to be a really good person, I want to be a really good teammate, and no one's going to care how many trophies or how many caps. I think people are going to really know me for me and what I bring as a human being and as a teammate. My biggest goal is to continue to be the best version of myself during this process and not stray from that, and take all my experiences with me because it's made me who I am.